A former candidate is speaking out tonight over where people seeking political office actually live. It's a problem he's been fighting to fix almost 20 years after he lost the race for Bakersfield City Council's Ward 1 seat. 23 ABC's Carlos Correa is in the newsroom with more on the change this community leader is pushing for in Kern County. Carlos?
Amanda, Reverend Wesley Crawford wants to hold all candidates to one standard. It's a fight to improve the community and help keep elected officials in the office they were voted to serve.
There are several questions Reverend Wesley Crawford has for politicians who move to new homes just to qualify to run for office.
Can you, as a politician, come into a residential district like ours and automatically know what we go through on a regular basis? I think not.
Reverend Crawford made headlines in 1994 when he was arrested and charged for election fraud after he filed his candidacy for Ward 1 using an address on his registration card when he apparently lived somewhere else outside the district. A common practice he says needs to be changed.
At that time, we talked about Irma Carson. Irma Carson had a house that was on Garnsley that she was staying in. But what she did is she rented an apartment in the Olander district. When she rented the apartment, she put the apartment as her permanent address. But that wasn't true. She lived on Garnsley.
Reverend Crawford has been trying to work with current elected officials to put a timeline as to how long people can live in a district before filing to represent that area.
Because the city council and because the wise individuals will not put a ruling on this like the federal government does. The federal government requires that you stay within that district a year before you file.
The Reverend says putting a policy like that in place will more likely end the practice of candidates using temporary homes to run, and it might even give the community politicians willing to serve their full terms.
You run, you win, and now you decide to move on. That's not fair to the people who supported you to get where you are. I'm one of those ones who supported for that office, to run in that office. Now you're going. Now you're talking about leaving us and moving on. So to me, that makes no sense.
We want to emphasize that candidates are not breaking any laws, and Reverend Crawford is just looking to change policy. Crawford plans to file his lawsuit sometime next month. In the newsroom, Carlos Correa, 23 ABC.